Welcome to Brighten Your Corner Ministry. My name is Cindy Ann Lewis Walcott, and we are studying life lessons from the Holy Bible. You don't have to be religious, these lessons are for holistic living. Today's lesson is a lesson in moving forward, successfully forward. It can be found in Genesis chapter 19. The, the crux of the lesson is in Genesis chapter 19, verse 17, and Genesis chapter 19, verse 26. So we're in this Genesis chapter 19. We're seeing now that the angels are in the city of Sodom and Gomorrah to destroy them. And we've studied before that Abraham was able to ask God or to negotiate with God into saving the city if he can find 10 people. So it seems there aren't 10 people that can be found. In Lot, Abraham's nephew, was charitable to the angels that were there for that purpose, and now the angels are going to save him and his family. And as far as we've read, it's Lot, his wife, his 2 daughters, and their husbands. So it's 6, it's not 10. So the city is going to be destroyed. And the Lot and his family, they seem to be very reluctant to leave that place, despite the place is not a good place and it's about to be destroyed. And so now in Genesis chapter 19, verse 17, we're going to see that the angel basically have to take Lot by the hand. So actually I'll read Genesis chapter 19, 16 and verses 16 and 17. And while he lingered, that's Lot, the men, that's the angel, laid hold upon his hand and upon the hand of his wife and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful unto him, and they brought him forth and set him without the city. They had to take them out by the hand. And it came to pass, when they were brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape for thy life. Look not behind thee, neither stay thou in the plains. Escape to the mountain, lest ye be consumed. They dragged them out. They really loved the life, this corrupt life that was going on, what was happening in the city. They really liked it, and they didn't want to leave. And it happens in our lives a lot. We get comfortable in a place. Even if it might be something we don't agree with, or the city is heading in a direction we don't like, but we're comfortable. So we stay there and we learn to accept what's going on. Now the angels dragging them out. They told them they're going to destroy the city, but they don't want to leave. The angel have to pull them out by the hand. And they love the city life so much, even if they said go and don't look back, give them very specific instruction not to look back. Lot's wife turned around, and then Genesis chapter 19 verse 26, she turns around and becomes a pillar of salt. I think this lesson is very broad, and it can be applied from marriage, living home, divorce and new marriages, track, businesses, whatever it is, you're set your goal, your sight to go forward. And I know in the past I used to ascribe to saying that you have to look back to know where you're going. So some people glance back as a reference point to their future. But I believe now, after studying this lesson, first in this lesson, God's given them the instruction. The messenger of God's given them the instruction, so they have no reason to look back. And she's just looking back because she wants to be there. And it happens like that. For example, I have friends who went through divorce and now they're in a new marriage, and they look back on their old marriage for the teeny tiny little bit of thing that they enjoyed to compare their new husbands to. And that creates a breakup again. It creates conflict in their marriage. There are some people that live their mom's home. Now you've married somebody, and you would keep referencing your mom's cooking and your mom's to compare to your wife. So your marriage wouldn't be able to move forward if you keep dragging yourself back there. And in terms of going forward, like building a business, or in terms of you set a goal for yourself for your future, if you keep looking back, once there was a television commercial, and every time I think about it, it still scares me. A guy got in his car, said bye to his friends, put his car in drive. I guess he thought he was in reverse, and he was looking back and driving forward, and drove into the garage and destroyed the property. That is what happens when we look back and try to move forward. The people that glance back, you glancing back because you haven't set way marks for knowing that you're approaching the future, or you're going forward. If you do set way marks, and I'm learning this lesson to myself, if we set outcomes, measurable outcomes along the way, we set goals, and so we know where we are in terms of what we want to do. Think about an athlete. If you're running on a track, let's say 100 meter, 60 meter, and you look back to see where you came from, to look forward to run, you're going to lose the race. That's the one thing they taught us in track and field. Never look back. You always have to look towards the goal, towards the tape, the line, the ribbon. Because looking back, you expend too much energy looking back, somebody will pass you. You just have to set your sights on the goal forward and keep moving on. And in massive race like a marathon, or maybe even car rally races and stuff, they have waymarks, so they know where they are. You're 5 miles from the end. You're 6 miles from the end. You're 1 mile from the end. In the Tour de France, they know where they are. They don't have to look back at the track to see how far they are from the end post. So from today on, let's move forward successfully. If you still think you have to glance back, think about the energy you're expending there. If you make proper plans for moving forward, and in this case, they had a divine direction. They had divine instruction. We may not be as lucky as to acknowledge or to recognize our divine mission. So we set goals, and we set measurable outcome, things that make us know we're successfully moving along. So we don't have to keep looking back, revisiting back there, expanding all that energy and resources back there. For your marriage, your second marriage, or your second relationship, forget mom's cooking. Now adjust to the cooking here and move forward with your spouse. For the the people, that's living their mom's home or living a second husband, whatever was happening back there, it was not good for you. That's why you're where you are now. You're moving forward. Stop revisiting the past and think it's helping you propel forward. Revisiting the past only takes from your energy. It taxes you, and it creates conflict and destruction in your future. So set goals for the future, and set measurable waymarks, things you can see that tells you you're moving forward. I hope you found this lesson helpful. If you do, please give me a like, thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Remember, we are a teaching channel, and this it's set up particularly to help people see that the Bible has lessons to help us cope with our everyday life. God has a plan set down. There's a blueprint here. Okay, now, please have a good day. Bye-bye.